day of the year for me. What are you doing there?
You were supposed to come to my birthday party and you didn't.
You did come to my birthday party, and you were drunk and ruined it.
Gah. You have kids?
Ryder Strongman, you bastard!
Do you like fun and adventure? Then sit back and enjoy the Brothers Not Lovers as they discuss all things movies. What's overrated or underrated? What makes you go really? Or how dare you? Or even just simply how funny this movie can be. You have the insightful, intuitive Davey, who is awesome. And you have the film bestie, Josh. He's there.
Hey, Davey. I'm awesome. This is Josh, film bestie.
No, I'm Josh. He's Davey.
Thank you for clearing that up, idiot.
What?
What? No,
Okay.
I don't know. Somebody's saying stuff. And this is Really? Where we take things from film and television and makes us ask the question, really?
Yeah, like, did they really need to make all these live-action Disney movies? Really?
They really didn't. This week, special really for the TV show Friends. One of my favorite TV shows of all time.
I don't know, man. I can never get into it. I mean, everyone loves that episode. You can only spare one square.
That's Seinfeld.
Which one was Friends?
Friends was the one that you were really into. We used to watch it every Thursday with our parents when it was new. You were all about Phoebe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was the one where you were always saying that you wanted her smelly cat.
Wait, I don't get it.
Even though you said it, man, you look really... Never mind. Anywho.
She was in Romeo and Michelle.
She was in Romeo and Michelle. She was Michelle.
And I'm the Mary.
No, you're the Rhoda. So, I'm going to start. If you watched the TV show Friends, then you remember Emily Waltham. A British chick that Ross married briefly. His second marriage. Ross and Emily meet. They have a really great weekend. And even though she lives in London and he lives in New York, they decide to try to make a relationship. And so they can be together, even though they hadn't been together that long, they decide to get married. Emily even agrees to move to America because Ross can't move to Europe, considering he has a son in New York from his previous marriage to a lesbian. And then, of course, the big cliffhanger that we all got at Emily and Ross's wedding. Rachel came all the way from the United States just to tell Ross that she still loves him. Decided not to, but watched the wedding. And Ross, when he was supposed to say, "I take thee, Emily," accidentally said, "I take thee, Rachel."
Dude, spoiler alert!
You've seen it! You got mad like I did that we had to wait an entire summer to find out what happened after he said, "I take thee, Rachel."
Oh, yeah. But what about the people who haven't seen it?
They've had plenty of time.
Dude, it only came out like...
We don't have that much time. Anyway, when we come back to the next season, after making us wait 3 frickin' months, we find out that Emily went through with the wedding, but then because she was so embarrassed, she snuck out the bathroom window during the reception. Later, Ross gets in contact with her, says, "Please meet me at the airport for our honeymoon." That moment comes, she's late, so he decides, since Rachel's sitting on standby, he'll just take her with him on his honeymoon.
What a dumbass.
As she's boarding the plane, it turns out he was just a little too late as Emily finally showed up to see Rachel going on her honeymoon with her brand new husband. So later, in an effort to get a hold of Emily and get her to try to work on the marriage, Emily makes a condition. She says she will come back to New York and she will try to make their marriage work so long as Ross does not see Rachel anymore.
Fair enough.
That's the thing. For years, everybody was making it out to Emily being the villain because she didn't want him hanging out with his ex-girlfriend, whom he obviously had feelings for still, and still had feelings for him, considering that when the show finally ended, they ended up together. And everybody acting like she was being the villain? Really? I'm sorry, but the fact that she didn't do that sooner was very reasonable.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know many couples who are okay with you hanging out with your ex. I wouldn't be okay with it.
Only cheaters want to hang out with their exes.
Especially one when, again, there's clearly still something there.
Oh, yeah.
She wasn't unreasonable. To me, it seems like a girl who was very much trying to be reasonable, trying to be understanding, even invited her to the wedding at first. But then when, you say, I take the Rachel instead of I take the Emily, she's got reason to be jealous.
Emily's a better name than Rachel.
Not to mention she was cuter.
Yeah.
She had that accent.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, if I had to pick, I'd rather watch a deer eat fruit from an orchard with her. But still, Emily was not being unreasonable. Emily was not the villain.
She was the victim.
In my opinion, very much so. I mean, I don't know many women who would have, even under those conditions, been willing to try again after watching you about to get on an airplane to her honeymoon with another woman. Most women would have been like, no, go hang out with her all you want. We're done.
Ross was such a chump.
He really was. It was a very reasonable request. And then even that, they act like she was a villain because she couldn't trust him. I'm sorry, but again, you kind of gave her a reason not to. And you didn't know each other well enough. So, Emily was not the victimizer. She was the victim.
A victim of the evil that is Rachel Green.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but still. Go ahead.
All right, it's my turn. Time to shine. The next. Really? What were we talking about?
Friends.
Yeah, we're friends, but what are we talking about?
We're not friends. We're brothers. I don't even like you.
Feelings mutual. Rubber Ashley hates you.
Whatever, I made a joke and she popped.
Shut up! It's not funny to me. We're talking about the evil that is. What's her name? Not Emily, the other one.
Janice?
Janice is beautiful. The one that Ross liked.
Rachel?
Ew, you liked Rachel? She was great in that one movie about the leprechauns. But we're going to talk about how evil she was. Putting Ross through all the crap she put him through. Trying to make him take all accountability for their relationship falling apart. It was all on her. She cheated on him first, emotionally. She drove him to sleeping with another woman. She did.
I wouldn't say Rachel is evil. She was spoiled, but she wasn't evil to people on purpose. She just didn't know.
Has she ever taken her top off in a movie?
No.
Then she's evil.
Anywho, I will agree with you on that. There was always that thing of her wanting Ross to take full responsibility for their breakup. Really, I'd say the majority, if not all the responsibility, did go on Rachel. She was the one that wanted the break. And then when Ross, that same night, was calling to say, I'm sorry, I want this to work, she was there with all people, Mark.
The guy she told him not to worry about.
Which, let's face it, he should have been worried about. That guy was not doing that stuff just to be a nice guy.
Ugh.
Especially considering, like, I love how the show tried to play it out like, oh, it turns out he's got a girlfriend, see? Yes, because guys don't play for one girl while they're dating another.
Just listen to what Matt Rife has to say about this subject. You'll get it. But still, of all the people she could have hung out with, it had to be him.
Yeah, of all people, the guy that he was insanely
he
jealous
calls,
over.
the guy answers, the guy's there. I don't think he answered, but he's there.
No, he didn't answer, but he was there.
So what was Ross to do? What was he supposed to go over there, profess his love, and win her back? No. Nobody's worth it if they're going to treat you like that. I mean, yeah, he's a bit of a dweeb, high-strung, neurotic as hell. God, I hate Ross, and I hate Rachel even more for making me defend him. Pivot!
I will say he didn't have to sleep with the copy place girl, but she had no right to be mad about it. She was the one that said they were on a break. That means, for the moment, you're broken up. In fact, I remember our mom trying to tell me once, like, no, when you break up with a girl, you have to wait at least a week before you sleep with somebody. That might be a good idea, but I don't have to wait a week. I don't even have to wait 5 minutes, because
If you're broken up, you're broken up.
we're broken up. Whether it's been a week or 5 minutes, I have no obligation to you no more. But no, I would say it's all Rachel's fault. Especially because, no, Mark was not an innocent friend just trying to be helpful.
He was trying to bang that. Hit that.
Especially because once her and Ross were officially broken up, suddenly he's broken up with his girlfriend.
He was like, huh, do it. Spit on that thing.
Really, you had to go there.
Yeah. I want a parrot. I want to have my parrot say that.
So there you have it. Emily was not unreasonable. She was very reasonable. And Rachel, it was her fault that Ross slept with the copy place girl.
And Phoebe totally should have been in Leprechaun.
That would have been awesome. Hope you guys enjoyed this edition of Really? And if you did, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell so you get notifications for when I post new videos. And leave a comment we can respond to in our next comment corner. Tell us if you disagree with us that it wasn't Rachel's fault and that Emily was unreasonable. And we'll tell you more of why you're wrong.
And if any of you remember the Holocaust, hit me up. I got a test I got to take, and I'm going to fail.
You just did. Love you guys.